and welcome to this short video for ICT. My name is Miss Shay, I'm the subject leader here at Knole Academy. What I'm going to do this afternoon is just a short lesson with you creating animations. So to get started, what you're going to need to do is on Google, if you search for a program called Wick Editor, so type that in your search bar. What you then want is this top website here, so this Wick Editor one. When you click on it, this is the website that then loads. What you're then going to need to do is click launch the web editor. Within the school we do have the version installed on the computers and you can download it for free using this one here. But for now what we're just going to do is use the online version. So click on the launch web editor. It will then take a few seconds to load and you will get this welcome screen here. So I'm going to click on the try it button. Where I've made one before, that's why that's popped up, so I'm just going to click delete because I want to start something new with you this afternoon. So this is your screen here, so just talking you through a little bit of it. Obviously there are loads of other things. I'll show you where to find a few more tutorials later. I'm sure you can start to make a very complex animation with some different videos that I'll show you how to find them later. So what I'm going to do this afternoon is just make a simple animation with a ball bouncing across the screen. So to do this, what I'm going to start with, so this bit here is my canvas. Up the top of the screen here we have lots of different things. If you hover over them, they do tell you what each one is. So over here I've got an ellipse tool, so I'm going to use this to create my ball. You could draw it if you wanted to with a brush or a pencil. There's a rubber there if you want to get rid of anything. So have a look, there's lots of different tools up here you can use. I'm just going to use the ellipse tool. And then what I'm going to do, you can change the colours and the settings up here. I'm just going to leave it as it is. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to start by drawing my ball up the top here. Okay, so that's it, that's all I want on my screen at the moment. Obviously if you want to add more, you can add more, but I suggest you just start with one thing at the moment. It will then start to make a little bit more sense as we go through. So this is how I want my animation to start. What I'm then going to do down the bottom, each of these are your frames. So through the animation you have different keyframes or different frames to make your animation work. So what I'm then going to do is click plus next to number 2. You'll notice my ball has disappeared. What I can do if I wanted to, there's two ways you can do this. You can either draw out a new ball a bit further down, but then you might find the shape will change slightly, the size will change. So I'm actually going to undo that and then click on the cursor tool up here and I'm going to copy this ball that I already had. So I'm going to go copy image, or Control C on your keyboard will work even better. I'm going to copy the image, go to slide 2 or frame 2 and paste the image. By doing it this way you can see where the ball was in the last frame as well. It will paste it in place. So I've told you I'm going to make a bouncing ball, so I'm then actually going to move the ball a bit further down. Okay, so it was up here and now it's moved down. If you have a look in the bottom right corner, you've actually got this onion skinning button. That will show you where the ball was in the last frame. So what I'm then going to do, you can see where I'm going to go with this. I am going to copy it again, so I've just hit Control C, add a new frame, paste it in, so Control V, and move it down. Okay, so I'll do the same again. I'm going to copy it, add a new frame, paste it, move it down. Copy it, add a new frame. You can see where I'm going with this. So let's do it a little bit more. I'm going to just skip forward a little bit. I'm going to make the ball move quite quickly down the bottom because otherwise this will end up being a very long video. So I've moved it down. I'm going to copy it, go to this frame, paste it, move it right to the bottom. I might decide that actually where it's at the bottom I'm going to squish it a little bit. Just it's hit the floor, it's changed its shape slightly. I am then going to copy, add a new frame, paste, move it back up, change the shape again. I'm going to go up very quickly because otherwise, like I said, this will be quite a long video. So let's just move it up a bit quicker. So copy it, new slide or new frame, paste it up here. add a frame, should have copied it, so copy it again, add a frame, paste it, and then move it back to the top. So as you can see, my top went a bit quicker. If I take off that onion skinning, you can see exactly where it is on each frame. So I've got a basic animation there, I've got 11 frames in it. What I'm then going to do, I want to see my animation, how I'm doing so far. So I'm going to click on the play button over here. That will then play my animation. So you can see it started off really well and was moving quite smoothly, but as I started doing the slightly bigger gaps, obviously you can see it's a bit bigger. If you decide you want to change a little bit, so I might say that actually I want the ball to start bouncing over here, it's hit a wall or hit something on the floor, you can obviously move it, and then this time as I play it, it's going to go down, up over here, and then start back in the middle again. So you can see it just flicks back over and starts again. So that is how you can make a really simple animation, and you can see I've done that within about 3 minutes. Obviously by adding extra elements and extra colours, because you could get the ball to change colours as you're moving down as well. It could start as red, go through the colours of the rainbow. As you're then moving it down, you can obviously change the colour using the fill colours up here. That would work. You could also make it more complex by adding different layers, so every sort of element in your animation should go on a slightly different layer. Okay, so once you've had a little go at your project, what you can then do is save it. So it will come up save, and then where we're doing it on the internet is automatically downloaded at the bottom. This would have gone into my downloads folder. You need to have a look at where it's saved on your computer. It will all be slightly different. If you then wanted to carry on with it another day, when you open Wick Editor, you then need to go open and find where that file was saved. Okay, so like I said, I've gone through just a very basic animation this afternoon, but the best place to have a look and sort of take this even further is if you go onto YouTube and search for Wick Editor tutorials. I highly recommend, so this is a little playlist here of 15 videos. I'll click on it, but I don't want to start it. So this has 15 short videos in it, and they all show you slightly different things. So you could learn how to make a game in Wick Editor as well. There's loads of different things. Using keyboard controls, so you can make a controllable character. So obviously some of these are really short videos, but they are brilliant. I highly recommend you sort of have a look at those as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that sort of short taster lesson. Have a look, there are so many different things you can do with your animations. So obviously you saw mine was a bouncing ball. That I did sort of get the idea from this video here. But again, have a look, there's so many different things you can do. I've been doing animations over the last few weeks with my year 9s just towards the end of this year before they start their GCSEs, and we've seen so many creative ones. There's been different seasons, so we've got spring, summer, autumn, winter, and it just keeps going through. We've had where boats go sailing from one country to another, so you start with sort of England and then you show the boat on the sea and then it goes over to France. So there's so many different things you can do in Wick Editor. Like I said, those videos are fantastic. They sort of talk you through it step by step as well. But hopefully this video has given you a bit of an introduction, show you how to move different things. You can add, as I said earlier, add multiple layers and have different things happening at once. But that is all things you can sort of investigate and add to. I hope you've enjoyed this short ICT lesson.